Effective listening and note taking. Preparing for class beforehand is an important part of success. Some college students believe they are ready and motivated to be successful, but shoot themselves in the foot without meaning to within the first few weeks of class, according to Constance Daly. In her book, Focus on Community College Success, she shares 5 steps to help students be more prepared for academic success. These steps will help to get you started on the right foot. Step 1. Look ahead. Review the syllabus assignments and due dates. You'll avoid the oops factor of sitting down, looking around, and noticing that everyone else knows something you don't know about what's happening today. Step 2. Do the assigned reading. Take notes, write in the margins, use sticky notes, write questions, have some background knowledge before attending class so that you can make connections and build on that prior knowledge. Step 3. Show up physically and mentally. Missing classes impacts academic performance. Exercise good judgment. Think about what you bring to class. Do a readiness check to see if you are prepared. If you are not ready, what can you do to rally for the cause? Step 4. Choose your seat strategically. If you sit in front of the classroom, you will have full view of instructor and class. You will have a great connection. If you sit in the back of the classroom, your mind wanders, you can have foggy hearing. Don't sit by your friend if you want to get the most out of your learning. Step 5. Bring your tools. Textbook, syllabus, calculator, pencils, notebook, paper. How seriously would you take a carpenter who showed up at your house without a hammer, nails, and a screwdriver? Step 6. Posture and health counts. Sit straight up equals an alert mind. Get enough sleep, eat well, get exercise. When your mind is alert, it is ready to learn. Manage your energy. Step 7. Focus. Clear your head of daydreams, to-dos that are on your mind, or any worries that you may have. Think of yourself as a reporter, listen carefully, and pay attention to details. Then write a story about what you learned. Let's take a look at some rules of engagement because they will help you to make connections to the material presented and increase learning. Be aware that gab is not a gift. Control your hunger so that you can stay connected in the classroom. Turn off your cell phone, please. They can be a huge distraction for the learning environment. Remember that it is better to be late than never to miss class. At least you won't miss all the information presented. Actively choose to engage, not disengage. The more active you are in learning, the greater the comprehension. Remember to listen with a focus. Easy listening is for elevators. Focused listening is for the classroom. Let's talk about techniques for improving your listening skills. Calm yourself because the calmer you are will increase your listening skills and promote learning. Be open to new learning. Don't make snap judgments. Assume responsibility for your own learning and adjust as needed to increase success. Watch for gestures that communicate. Here comes something important. When that happens, take notes. Here are some more techniques for improving your listening skills continued. Listen for speech patterns that subtly communicate. Make sure you include this in your notes. Uncover general themes or roadmaps for each lecture. Appreciate your instructor's prep time. Many hours go into planning and preparing for the class to make sure that you learn the information to meet the class objectives and outcomes. Why doesn't everyone get straight A's? Most students capture only 40% of lectures' main ideas. Only 47% of students actually review them to see what they've written. 29% of students edit their notes later, adding, deleting, reorganizing. 12% of students do nothing other than recopy them verbatim. Some students never do anything with their notes. This information was adapted from Focus Community College Experience 2012. Turn listening skills into note-taking skills. These two skills go hand in hand. Remember that different strokes for different folks. There is not a one-size-fits-all strategy. You need to find what works for you. Here are some general goals for note-taking. Always capture main ideas. Note whether a handout accompanies lecture materials. Write down examples, keywords, etc. When in doubt, write it down, then ask your teacher after class or during office hours for clarification. Consider your learning style preference and use strategies that support it. Create a shorthand system that works for you. Today we will talk about 3 note-taking methods that are commonly used by college students: outline, mapping, and Cornell method. The first method we will talk about is outlining. It is the oldest and most trusted form. You create a list for key points, provide examples or explanations, use bullets as needed to identify important information, use color coding to highlight important information, subjects, etc. Last, create a summary. It is a condensed version of the main points. This example of outlining shows how a student created an outline for Chapter 15, Waves Transfer Energy. This example shows you how the student organized his main points and bulleted his key details. The information is structured and organized in a logical manner. Let's talk about the second method called mind maps. First, you will need extra wide paper. Then write main concepts of lecture and center of page. Limit your labels to keywords. Use colors, symbols, and images to support key information. Consider hardware such as MindMapper, MindGenius, MindManager, MindManuals, etc. In the mind mapping example, you will see how the student organized the information for music theory. He started with cadences in the center of the page and then branched out, supporting ideas off the main idea. You can continue to branch until all information is fully covered. The third and last method that we will talk about is the Cornell method. First, draw a line from top to bottom, about 1.5 to 2 inches from left. Then take notes on the right side. The left side is to fill in keywords or questions. To review and build comprehension, cover the right side and use your keywords and questions to see if you can remember what is on the right side. Let's take a look at the Cornell method example. This chart shows you how to divide your paper into 2 columns. Label the column on the left that is 1.5 to 2 inches from the left, questions recall column, and the column on the right side of the paper, record column. It is approximately 6 inches in length. In the record column, write down main ideas and supporting details, use indentions, shorthand, and leave spaces to fill in later, and in the question recall column, add a question for each main point that you made in the record column. On the bottom of the page, write your summary. There are 5 R's of note-taking: record, reduce, recite, reflect, review. The first step is record. When you record in class, remember to do the following. During the lecture, write as many notes as you can. Use shorthand and leave spaces between ideas so you can fill in later. The second step is reduce. How to reduce after class. As soon after class as possible, summarize these ideas and facts in a few words as possible. Help show relationships between points, prepares you for exams gradually and ahead of time. The third step is recite. Recite from the recall column, cover the record column. Using only the words in the recall column, say over the facts as fully as you can in your own words. Then uncover your notes and check what you have said against the facts. This will help transfer ideas to your long-term memory. The recite step continued. Recalling what you wrote in your notes, write questions in the recall question column to quiz yourself on the material. Write your questions as close as possible to the beginning of the section in your notes you are quizzing yourself on. Write a question for each new idea presented in your notes. The fourth step is reflect. Take time to reflect on possible test questions and unclear points. This helps in making sense of notes by finding relationships to the materials. Try to put ideas in categories and tie old material to new. Think about which points will appear on the test and highlight any unclear points so you can ask questions about them before the next lecture. The fifth and final step is review. Before reading or studying new material, take 10 minutes to quickly review your old notes. Skim over main ideas and details. Review enhances your retention of old material while adding new materials to your memory. Review within 24 hours.